All right, friends, I wanted to give a little bit of guidance on how to do this worksheet so nobody was confused. So it says practice setting up the keys for the phenotypes listed in each set. So I don't care which letter you choose. That doesn't matter to me. It says birds can be blue, white, or white with blue tipped feathers. Okay, so this blue with white tipped feathers is going to be codominance, right? Because you see the blue and the white. It didn't blend to give a light blue, but you see the blue and the white. So that one's going to be a codominance. So in question 2, it asks you which one are codominant and which ones are incomplete dominant. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you that that one's going to be a codominant. But your blue, let's say we're just going to call it big A, okay? Our white is little a, and then our white with blue tipped feathers would be big A, little a, all right? Alternately, you could have switched those two. That doesn't matter, okay? As long as over here that you're going to say the big A is for blue, the little a is for white. All right, you do have to give kind of a key there, okay? Or you could have, if you had switched it, you would have said the little a is for blue, the big A is for white, had you have switched those like I had drawn in the arrows. So that's all you have to do there. In step 2, you'll say which of those A, B, C, D, and E were codominant, which were incomplete dominant. Remember, the incomplete dominant is the blending of the phenotype. The codominant is when you see both fully expressed. All right, let's skip on down to number 3. In Smiley's, eye shape can be starred, circular, or star with a circle. Write the genotypes for the pictured phenotypes. So again, this is going to be codominant inheritance because you see the star. I'm going to do an S for Smiley. Let's say this one's a star, a big S, a little s, and then this one would be a big S with a little s. Again, if you wanted, this would be 2 little s's, sorry. You could have switched those. You could have made the stars little s, and the circles big S, big S. That doesn't matter. You do need to give a key though. Big S equals star, little s equals circle. All right. So here in number 4, it says show a cross between a star-eyed and a circle eye. It just wants you to make a Punnett square. So a star eye, you're going to have big S, big S. A circle eye, you're going to have little s. And you would complete that. What are the phenotypes of the offspring? So you would say 100% star, circle eye. Okay, that's this guy, or circle with a star. And then what are the genotypes? That would be big S, little s, 100%. Okay, now you can go ahead and do then questions 4, 5, and 6. 7 and 8 are just some more inheritance patterns, whether it's codominant or incomplete dominant. So that's going to be your 2 answers there. All right, let's skip on back to the back, talking about multiple alleles with the first one. So this one's looking at blood. So in humans, there are 4 types of blood, AB, and O. IA and IB are codominant to each other. They're codominant. And then this should be a little I. I think when I type it in there, autocorrect wants to make it a big I. Little I is recessive to both of those. So you just have to tell about the blood genotypes that each of these would have. Okay? So that should be pretty easy. And then the last one, this one's just a little bit trickier. It's talking about polygenic traits. So here, it's saying that you're going to have a pure breeding short plant, little a, little b, little c, crossed with a pure breeding tall, big plant. Okay? And so the offspring are this. Now, it said, what will be the possible parents for this genotype? So you're going to have all of the possible combinations for this genotype. So it could be big A. All the parents are going to have at least one big A. Okay? So it can be a big A, or a big A, little a. They're going to have at least one. They could have a big B or a little b. Okay? Now, on these last two, I'm going to make them both Now, on these last two, they are a bit more complicated. So I'm going to make those both bonus. This bottom one says bonus, but this top one is going to be a bonus too. So if you want to try those, knock yourself out. If not, we will go over them when we're back together next week. You all have a great day.